Grixis Control, not a lot of talk about that coming into the weekend.
Had him on camera earlier.
We did, watched him win.
Against John Philip Whetstone.
Yep.
Any copies of Nicol Bolas in here?
0. And you would think.
That's the Grixis card, right?
You would think.
That's the reason to play this, so that's very surprising.
Yet here we are. No Nicol Bolas. I actually forgot that card existed until you mentioned it.
Yeah, that's supposed to just be kind of some free rate for Grixis decks. Yeah. And now we have a Grixis deck, and
Michael's on 6 card, Hunter's on 7. Hunter with another mountain, and now
his game.
There it is. There's the Pyromancer.
You need to have a moment of craving, or we are done. This card is not okay.
Patrick has some very strong thoughts about Viviano Pyromancer. There's
that ain't it.
Sick a hand here. It's a lot of.
That is not it. Oh,
that's 2 Skewer the Critics, light up the stage, Lightning Strike, and a mountain. I think he's got to take light up the stage, right? Can't let that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just 2 more Lava Spikes. You can't.
Oh, it's 2 light up the stages. Excuse me. 1 Skewer the Critics.
Not great that the mana cost, spectacle costs, and art are the same on those cards, given how ubiquitous they're going to be in Standard.
They look somewhat alike, but I will train my eyes to be able to.
Both sorceries.
Yes. Yes, I'll train my eyes. The Eldest Reborn in Michael's hand. Not great in this matchup, I would say. Now Michael gets to Surveil 1, of course. That card's going to stay on top, so we'll go back over to Hunter. Hunter's drawn a mountain. Hunter's going to attack for 2. Michael's down to 16. I think it's time to light it up. Light it up. Light it up. 1 is a Firebrand. 2 is a mountain. Hasn't played his land yet. Good. Might be time to light it up again.
Yeah, I don't mind.
It's a Lava Runner and a Steam King.
My God. I love it. I love it.
There's the Firebrand. Pass the turn back. Light up the stage is a real humdinger.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steam King.
I have not gotten to play with Thoughtcast before. It is a trip. That's right.
Yeah. It's a tough.
That is right.
It's a tough face there for Michael. That's okay.
I can't believe it either, man.
Yeah. This guy having a tough
It's not your fault.
Nope. They'll just print anything. Here's Runaway Steamkin. All right. And there is that thing. Yeah, that's just
kidding me with this?
Yeah. Look, the red cards are fairly good, I would say. This is an attack here for 5. That is a land. I think we might skewer the critics. No, we're going to hold off.
Yeah, I think the last one he's got in hand is he's got Experimental Frenzy as his, and Lightning Strike as his last few.
Not a bad last couple of cards, as Lightning Strike will take care of that Runaway Steamkin. Here comes Cracklin' Drake. Well, come down. 4 toughness. 2 power, so 2/4, draw a card. I think Negate may have been the draw there. Didn't get a great look at it, but we're going to head back over to Hunter, who's got his opponent Michael down to 11. Never got to play with Thoughtcast, huh?
No. He's more of a Molder Slug kind of guy.
There you go. So
not the right side of history there.
A big fan of picking up the L's, it sounds like.
Talk about the receipts.
Mm-hmm. Here's your L. Here's your L. But you know what? You did get him to sacrifice a Tree of Tails.
Yep.
Nicely done.
No, they sacrificed a Mirror Retriever.
Yeah. Lightning Strike is 1. Firebrand is 2. That creature's out of the way. In for 4. And now, Skewer you. So that's 7 total. Michael should be falling down to 4. And we'll head back over to Viviano, who's in some serious trouble. You know, he could play his copy of the Eldest Reborn.
It's a good time for that.
Yes. Instead, I think we might see a Lava Coil. We're going to see a Thought Eraser. Okay, that's good.
That's not bad.
That's good.
Plus you got a removal spell here. Just got to fade 7 draw steps or whatever.
You have to fade the world.
You got to fade the world for forever.
That's it. That might be difficult. Lava Coil going to go after the Lava Runner. So Michael's at a theoretical 2.
Was it anything at all?
Yes, it was. It was a Lightning Strike. It was a spell. So Hunter Blaze is going to win game number 1 here over Michael Viviano. Mono Red Aggro very quickly up a game over Grixis Control as a mulligan. Certainly doesn't help Michael Viviano, but more importantly, the matchup appears to be somewhat difficult as we prepare to go to the sideboards with our flashy graphics. We'll start with Michael Viviano, who's got 3 Cry of the Canarium, 2 Negate, 2 Ritual of Soot, 2 Thief of Sanity, and here come the one-ofs, all 6 of them, Shivan Fire, the Eldest Reborn, Bedevil, Star of Extinction, Legion War Boss, and Expansion.
So kind of the same drill before we talked about. We had Viviano on camera earlier playing against Burn. Not exactly a bunch of stars here. I think the negates are good. The expansion's probably above the line. Shivan Fire is fine here. The issue is more about Viviano having probably about 5 to 6 cards in his main deck he really needs to cut. I think the Eldest Reborn is really trouble in this matchup. Because he's in an Experimental Frenzy, it's possible that Disdainful Stroke is over the line, but even that card's not the most efficient. So even though we're not looking at the most powerful set of cards in the matchup here, you can also look at Crarium or Ritual of Soot. They're okay against Mono Red. It's more of a function of the cards that Viviano needs to cut rather than any of these cards, besides the negates being actively good.
We'll take a look at Hunter Blaze and his sideboard of 4 Lava Coil, 4 Goblin Chain Whirler, 2 Fight with Fire, 2 Direfleet Daredevil, and 3 Rekindling Phoenix.
I would bring in the Direfleet Daredevils.
That's it?
That is it.
No interest in going to the Phoenix? I guess your opponent has Lava Coil.
Lava Coil, they're just bringing in more removal spells probably.
Okay.
It's just, I think it's unlikely to work, is the short of it. Direfleet Daredevil is good against Viviano's cheap interaction. Like, you get a little bit out of it, and it's just another play to curve out with early on in the game.
Okay.
The Rekindling Phoenix, the Lava Coils, you can kind of justify in different ways. Some spots Rekindling Phoenix is going to be okay. Lava Coil answers some of Viviano's threats, but I think Blaze's best bet here is just what you saw in game number 1. Stay as low to the ground as possible, as efficient as possible, get underneath Viviano, and kill him before he can really deploy any of his good stuff.
Now, for what it's worth, also in that match that we saw earlier, Michael Viviano against Sean Whetstone, those Lava Coils were quite poor.
Right. I think there's this instinct of you have a sideboard, I got to bring in something, and you have a removal spell that answers some of their threats, but here I think Blaze is well-suited, just kind of staying as true as possible to the Game 1 plan.
Well, these players are beginning to take a look at their opening hands for game number 2. We'll be there in just a moment, really quick. Star City Games, we got a little sale action going here. It's no longer the weekly sale, it's the Magic the Gathering sale, the game that you love so much and are watching right now. We thank you for joining us. You can save big on hundreds of items. Now, the sale changes every single Monday, but overall, we're going to have a sale basically all year long. This one has Dragon Skull Summit, Fork, Deranged Hermit, Urza's Mine, and a whole bunch more.
None of these cards particularly good with one another, so they're for different decks.
That is true.
I guess Dragon Skull Summit and Fork.
Sort of.
That sort of works.
That could be a thing.
Anyways, go to SCGINDY.com/sale. Make sure to check out the broad Magic the Gathering sale that is going on right now, and make sure to be checking back to the website Monday, 11 a.m. East Coast time, when new cards will go on sale.
New items just added just all the time.
All the time.
It's all the time.
Until we sell out of everything, and then we shut it down, I guess.
Yeah.
And we just don't have a business anymore.
Been a good run.
It's gone.
Yeah. Been a run.
Yeah.
Game number 2 about to be underway here between Michael Viviano and Hunter Blaze. Hunter Blaze quickly up a game. Looks like Michael Viviano is going to take a mulligan here. Do keep in mind that after this match, we got another time-shifted match to bring you, and then that's going to close out day number 1 of coverage. And then we're going to work this evening on getting all those day 2 deck lists typed up, so you lovely people will be able to see them at some point tomorrow. Fun tournament so far.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah.
Been great.
Really digging this format. Got to talk with Marshall Arthurs last round. He won his match over Oliver Tomiko to go up to 7-1 with Sultai mid-range.
Yeah, I had some concerns coming in this weekend that basically the 2 best decks were going to foster too extreme of play patterns. But it has been a reasonable showing so far for the Golgaris and Teamer mid-ranges of the world, too.
Runway Steam King gets hit by an Essence Scatter. There's a 3rd land there for Hunter. You saw Michael miss his 3rd land drop. This matchup does strike me as problematic here for Michael. He's got a little bit of stuff here, removal spells and Moment of Craving, things like that to help him out. But I think, if Mono Red has a pretty good draw, it's going to be pretty tough. Now, Hunter is trying to figure out exactly which creature to lead with. He's going to go with Viashino Pyromancer Trigger. Viviano's going to fall down to 18. Is there a removal spell coming? It doesn't appear so. This is Light Up the Stage. 1 and 2. Is a
they don't make them like they used to.
Is a good card.
Yeah, that card is outrageous.
Search for Escanta, sure. Draw. You have your land drop from Light Up the Stage. You have a creature from Light Up the Stage. You can start things off with Runaway Steamkin if you'd like to. Or perhaps with a land. And now the Steamkin. That's one. And Lava Runner. Trigger. And Wizard's Lightning.
Kidding me with this. It's just, these cards are. I play with so many bad cards. You know what I mean?
I know.
I've been playing. And
I know.
Playing this, it's just like there aren't bad. Not only are there no bad cards in this deck, there are good cards I'm not playing. It's really rare. I really like Blases. The experience I've been having so far is the worst card in the main deck is Chain Whirler. Setting aside there's some matchups where it's absolutely your best card. And I think the major innovation here from Blaze is just cutting the Chain Whirlers. They're in the sideboard.
Yeah.
And going with Runaway Steamkin to be as low to the ground as possible. I really respect that. That's a hard call to make.
Yeah.
Because, obviously Goblin Chain Whirl has such a pedigree at this point. But there just hasn't been a whole lot of white aggro or the type of decks where you want Chain Whirler. And it doesn't surprise me that Blaze is undefeated with this build. I think that's the Steamkin for Chain Whirler was a metagame call I was close to making myself and could never quite pull the trigger on. And it's good to see that Blaze was willing to do it.
Well, Thought Erasure is going to take care of Runaway Steamkin. Hunter Blaze's hand is 2 copies of Experimental Frenzy. Mountain is the draw. And we are going to start things off with Experimental Frenzy. Trigger the Runaway Steamkin. Take a look at the top card. Can't play anything from hand, of course. So here's an attack for 4, 5, 6. Uh-oh, we're going to use some of this red mana, huh? This will be a hoot.
Yep. Experimental Frenzy, Runaway Steamkin sort of facilitates this sort of setup quite a bit.
Combo.
Yeah, it's a combo.
It was a combo.
Because you just get all the counters back,
Oh.
and you need mana, so.
Tell me more. What's this? Cool.
This is cool.
Cool. You're at 4. What's the next card?
It is cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got 2.
Well,
not a great summon for.
boring. This is bad for Michael, I would say. Is that a Blood Crypt untapped? Oh, no. What's this? Cry?
You just got to fade 10,000 draw steps now.
I think he's a favorite.
I like his odds.
Me too. Nope. There's a land on top. Pass. See? Doing it.
Okay.
Doing it. Search for Iskanta. Take a little look. Yeah, Graveyard's a good place for that. Steam Vents, not so much. Here is a Crackling Drake. Crackle, crackle, crackle. Draw a card. Tapped. Pass. Draw. Top card. And another Frenzy. Wow, are we fading? Are we fading the world?
I mean, it's just been lands and frenzy so far. Viviano really needs to. Gonna be tough. Got to close this game out super fast, but Blaze hit the bad end of it so far.
So far. All right. Top card goes in the graveyard. Draw a card.
This is why part of the reason I prefer Risk Factor, which would have ended this thing hours ago.
That's true. That's completely legit.
Hunter would already be at dinner.
Yeah. All right, let's see what this land is. Blood Crypt tapped. Yep, good choice. In for some amount of damage here with the Crackling Drake. Don't have a great look at how many instants and sorceries are in the graveyard or exiled. But let's go back over to Hunter. Draw. That's a land. Next one. Wizard's Lightning. Kapow! Game over. Yeah. You're dead. Hunter Blaze is going to win this game and match over Michael Viviano. 2 games to 0. Hey, the boss said, coming into this tournament, mono red is the deck to play. Here's the list to play. Here's why it's the best thing. Top of the standings right now, 9-0 in the hands of Hunter Blaze.
It's a lot of really good cards.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of really powerful, synergistic, and homogenous cards.
I wasn't sure about Light Up the Stage.
It's not close to
48 hours ago.
Yeah.
Yikes. Yikes.
Yeah, it's the cards are really good. You are not straining on card quality.
That effect normally ends at the end of turn.
And
it doesn't end at the end
the
of
recurring
turn.
theme in watching the deck in action is that the deck can hang around and play a million turns and draw a bunch of extra cards, and can still kill you on turn 4. You got to be able to beat both of those things. Yeah. Like how good is it to be messing around with Mortify? You know what I mean? Like if they're going 1, 2, 3 with a bunch of burn spells, Mortify is really bad. But if you get buried by Experimental Frenzy, then you need it.
Yeah.
And it's really hard